It's been a while since Yellowstone Season 5 Part 1 has come to an end. Even though the season was mediocre at the best in the comparison to the previous one, the ending of it was absolutely thrilling. In the end, we witnessed the total division of Dutton's family as they stop fighting with the real enemies for the sake of bringing down each other. John and Beth from an aliens against the Jamie, who is cooperating with the market qualities against his family. Even though it seems like one or the other will be dead at the end of part 2 of the series, things are never as easy as they seem in Yellowstone. We still believe that one of them will end up in the train station, not the one you all suspect to be. Beth Dutton is one of the most iconic characters of Yellowstone. She was played by British actress Reilly and is the daughter of John Dutton. The portrait of powerful Dutton's family was controlled the largest continuous ranch in United States. Beth is the complex and ruthless character who is fairly loyal to her family and will do whatever it takes to protect them in their way of life. She is a shrewd businesswoman and often serves as a father's right-hand woman in running the ranch and dealing with her many enemies. She is not afraid to use any means necessary to protect her family's interests, including like cheating and even restoring to the violence. She often uses sarcasm and dry humor as a coping mechanism and can be dismissive and cutting toward those she views as beneath her. Despite of exterior, Beth also has moments of vulnerability, particularly when it comes to her relationship with her family members, especially her father John. Last but certainly not least, Beth struggles with addiction and self-destructive behavior, including drinking and reckless sexual behavior, which often causes her personal and professional relationship to suffer. Overall, she is an icon we all love to hate, while secretly admiring more than any other character. That being said, we don't think she will have a happy ending at the end of the series. In fact, beyond that, she will probably be the character with the most tragic ending that will devastate us all. We are all familiar with the best animosity with Jamie. She blames him for her shortcoming in having a baby, among many other things that happened to the Duttons. In Beth's eyes, there is no one worse than Jamie and deserves nothing good in this life. Interestingly enough, John is not exactly on board with Beth on this. When Beth forced Jamie to kill his biological father, John got concerned that she will harm Jamie's as well. He sat outside of the ranch until the morning, waiting desperately to hear that Jamie is fine. Despite everything, he is my son, and I can't help but love him, he said. Then when he became the governor by invading Jamie's right, he still insisted on Beth, acting respectfully toward his brother. In a very slight way, John has always protected Jamie from Beth, even though he is almost never on the board with the Jamie's actions. We believe John has a soft spot for Jamie in his heart, which will always stop him from harming Jamie. When it comes to John's feelings toward Beth, so things get little bit more complicated. Yes, John loves Beth for sure and consider her his number one confidant. They are more best friends than father and daughter, and we love that dynamic. Still, John is also very much critical of Beth to the time of being cruel towards her at times, since he is holding Beth to very high standard. When she fails to meet that standard, John becomes very harsh to her. Do you remember how he acted toward her when she was disrespectful to Summer Hangin? He almost cut her off from the Dutton's household, which is just huge. Even though these seem slight actions, we believe that they overshadow how John would act in the case of true showdown between Jamie and Beth. It's very much likely for Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 to throw the curve and reveal a major secret of Beth that will put her into the target seat. Jamie is already hoping to get rid of her. All he has to do to take John at his side. Now, John may seem fond of Beth, but he is not the one to tolerate her over-the-top actions. If Beth goes too far in her fight against Jamie, it's very much likely for John to turn against her and try to protect Jamie, instead lose her control. John might even be forced to take her to the train station to put an end to the mystery of Dutton's family. After all, there's nothing more important than Yellowstone Ranch and Dutton's family. In comparison to those two major things, individual characters seem like minor concerns that are disposable, including Beth. Of course, John would not dirty his hand for such a job. Instead, he would order Rip to go after Beth. This forced Rip to question whether his loyalty lie with Beth or John. And may know that Rip is always more loyal to John than Beth. He might be in love with Beth, but this doesn't mean that he has a deep resentment toward her for years of emotional torture. John, on the other hand, has been a fathered him, which is just irreplaceable. In the end, we will watch Beth being taken to the train station by the man he loves more than anything in the world. And let's be honest, this is very poetic Shakespearean ending to the character, and we are already obsessed with it. Do you think Beth will be at the end of the train station? Let us know what do you think in the comment below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching.